Hey guys, this is Delmar here, and welcome back to Mullins Retro Bits. Last time on the show, we talked about Mario Kart Super Circuit. Now, if you haven't watched that video yet, just click an annotation where I have one, or better yet, just go back to my channel or my video list and watch that video, or go to the Mullins Retro Bits playlist and watch the videos in order before continuing, and watch the rest of the video in confusion! So, if you recall, Mario Kart Super Circuit was the first portable title in the series, being released on the Game Boy Advance with positive reviews, even though it's my least favorite in the series, but what do you expect? But now Nintendo has just announced their next home console, the Nintendo GameCube. At E3 2011, a 7-second clip showed Mario and Luigi driving on a bump map surface, which the title was just simply Mario Kart. However, the development team had a hard time coming up with gameplay features to appeal both fans of the series and to newcomers. But luckily, producer Shigeru Miyamoto provided a number of opinions to the team. This gave the development team more freedom to the project. And so, in April 2003, the next installment to the Mario Kart series will later become Mario Kart Double Dash. Honestly, this game is one of my top 5 favorite games on the GameCube, and was the main reason as to why I got on the GameCube back in 2002, 2003 or something like that, and was the main reason why I got on the GameCube. Well, okay, technically my first GameCube game was Pokemon Channel. Oh come on, it was a guilty pleasure, okay? Cut me some slack! Now before we get to the actual review though, I would like to address that the version that I own here is special edition version. Now it doesn't enhance the game in any way, it just comes with a little bonus disc here that has several demos and trailers for games that were coming out at the time for the GameCube, such as Pokemon Colosseum, a demo of Mario Party 5, Sonic Heroes, TMNT, etc. Now why am I mentioning this? Because this version of the game is a bit more expensive than the regular version. So hey, in about 10 to 20 years, this game, along with everything that you see inside, is gonna be worth millions! Or just gonna be worth about 40 bucks or 50 bucks altogether, I don't know. Your first thought about this game is the title. What's so Double Dash about it? Well, because you now have 2 characters on one cart. One to drive the cart, and the other one to use items. Sure, this may be a cheap gimmick, but it's an enjoyable gimmick. Well, as enjoyable as gimmicks go. But why is this so enjoyable? Well, for several reasons. 1. You get to choose between 20 different characters that add up to over 190 character combinations. The new drivers being Princess Daisy, Birdo, Baby Mario, Baby Luigi, Toadette, Paratrooper, Diddy Kong, Bowser Jr., Waluigi, King Boo, and Petey One. Oh, and Koopa Trooper returns as well. That's nice. What's also great with these multiple characters are that you can choose which kart to drive depending on the character's weight. All these combinations grants you so much to experiment with. My combination is using Toad and Paratrooper in the Toadette car. I'm more of a lightweight to medium weight driver. Heavyweights I'm not good with. Beefcake! Beefcake! Moving on to the actual races, with the fact that you have 2 drivers means that the items must also be a joy to play with. Aside from the single item boxes, there are double item boxes, in which both characters receive an item. And some drivers have special items as well, like fireballs to Mario and Luigi, giant bananas to DK and Diddy Kong, triple shells, Birdo eggs, which just suck, and a frickin' chain chomp! Who are Mario and Luigi's parents again? And if they were there right now, I think they would be horrified to see their babies using a frickin' chain chomp on a frickin' race course! By the way, you can make the characters dance on the carts. Just watch. Did I just rhyme? Just watch them dance. Move your body, everybody, move your body, come on now everybody. Oh mama, Princess Peach, I like the way you move. The race cups, also amazing. Sure, we had the same 4 cups as with Mario Kart 64, but added to the mirror mode, you also get all Cup Tour mode, which sadly only appears in this game, darn it. All Cup Tour mode is where you go through all 16 courses in random order, and it's a blast to play on, especially in mirror mode and 150cc. Another mode that was added to this game is cooperative play, which lets two players control their own character in the single kart. One player drives and the other throws items. Oh, and you can also perform a double dash.
You know, like the title of the game, that's funny.
Sadly, I never really used this feature cause I didn't know anyone who wanted to play with me with the GameCube at the time, and cooperative play sounds fun. And since we covered the cups, there is one sort of complaint I have with this game. The racetracks are both really awesome and also really boring. The most forgettable tracks in my opinion are Peach Beach, Mario Circuit, Sherbet Land, and Dry Desert. Mine is the tornadoes, cause I'm afraid of tornadoes. But even though there are some, boring tracks, there are some really amazing tracks as well. DK Mountain is one of my all-time favorite tracks. Awesome visuals, challenging track design, and the scale of this track is so ginormous. And Waluigi Stadium is a grand dirt bike racetrack that has many thrills and chills. But what about Wario? I mean, he had a stadium, and Waluigi stole the stadium from him, so what does he get? Well, he receives his own Coliseum. A twisting, turning, spiraling maze of steel, concrete, and epic jumps of fate. It's big enough to hold his own ego, to say the least. It's really fun. One last thing I should mention is that this was the first Mario Kart game to ever support online play. By using a Nintendo GameCube broadband adapter, it can play via LAN using up to 8 GameCube systems connected to a hub device. Again, I never used this cause I'm really not that big of online play, and also the LAN sync is kind of confusing. And yeah, like I said, I'm not an online player. I'm a single player, offline, exclusive, DLC, something. Well, I can't think of anything funny to say. Here's a funny cat picture. Laugh at that. So, with all of that in mind, how's Mario Kart Double Dash? Like I said, it's one of my top 5 favorite games on the GameCube, and it's a great Mario Kart game. Now, I do admit, there are several tracks in this game that are forgettable and bland, and the character voices are not exactly the most well voiced, in my opinion, but I love the cheap gimmick of the 2 drivers in 1 kart, and it also makes some pretty good intense multiplayer modes, especially with cooperative play. That one's really fun. That's why I never played it, but whatever. It has a lot of, and despite me saying that there are a bunch of bland tracks, there's also some really great tracks like DK Mountain, Wario's Coliseum, Waluigi Stadium, and overall it's just a fun game, so go get it. Right now. You won't be disappointed. On the next episode of Mullins Retro Bits, we take a look at the next handheld title for the series, Mario Kart DS. Hey, thanks for watching this video. If you would like to watch the previous Mullins Retro Bit, just click that image there of Cheeseland. It's of course in the Mario Kart Super Circuit game. And yeah, so go on and smell the cheese, I guess. Also, I recently did a Q&A video on my Thomas Comedies channel, so if you'd like to learn more about my Thomas Comedies and hear me ramble for about 23 minutes, then just annotation link there about Thomas Yukin and Diesel 10 and stuff. Also, don't forget to subscribe, like me on Facebook, and constructive criticism is welcome. It helps me improve my videos, and who doesn't like improving their work? And thanks for watching, and bye-bye!